Hey guys, good morning. Happy Thursday. It's Daryl here. It's 4 a.m. bright and early here in Connecticut on the East Coast. I wasn't sure. I'm kind of excited for today's video. I wasn't sure what I was going to talk about. And I kept seeing clips of the drill sergeant from South Carolina, the Caucasian man, a bully. Nothing but a bully. I'll get to that in a second. Aggressively going after a smaller African-American man, telling him that he's in the wrong neighborhood. Get out of here. Keep walking. You're in my neighborhood. I know I'm overdoing it there, but yeah, I guess he's been charged now, and I don't need the names right now. I just want to tell you what I observed looking at that. Now, my past. My dad taught me how to box. I lost my dad when I was 9. He taught me. He was a man's man. He taught me how to box. Left, left, right, left, left, right, uppercut, powerhouse. Use these two knuckles. All the tactics. It was more of an old-fashioned fighting in the 50s. Never take the first punch. He taught me that, and I got my nose broke so many times listening. That was one piece of bad advice he gave me. Never take the first punch. I'll get to that in a second. All right. I was very big. I was the tallest kid in elementary school, and I was a little overweight, and I was quiet. Growing up out in the woods, building forts and hiking and caving, and I was on the quiet side, and it got me picked on a lot. A lot of times, being the biggest guy, I attracted a lot of unwanted attention by bullies. Wanted to. They couldn't figure me out. I don't know what it was, but like I said, I got stitches. I got 3 stitches here, 3 stitches here, and this was just before 5th grade. This was in 2nd grade and 4th grade. Yeah. I grew up. I remember one time the bully, the schoolyard bully, was pushing girls down on an ice patch, and I went and confronted him, the quiet guy, and this dude just hauled off. What'd you say to me? Hauled off and punched me in the face. My feet flew up in the air on the ice. I fell on my back. We got up. We went at it. I fought him again later on. We ended up becoming best friends. That's something that happens, not best friends, but good friends. Because the dude had a lot of respect for me because I never backed down, and I could take a punch. This is another thing, too, is when you hear people say that they've never lost a fight, it's one of those things when I hear somebody say that, I've fought and I've never lost. To me, my thing is you got to lose to know how to win. So I've been hit a lot of times, and I subsequently started fighting back. All right, what we saw in this video, one thing that I'm going to go right to it. There's a point in this video that I just can't stand this guy. This guy. He gets in the African American man's face with his finger. And he does this thing I call, talking smack. This is something I've learned not to do. He gets in his face. He's not in a fighting stance. He's putting his finger in the guy's face, which could easily, I don't want to get all into it, but he's doing stupid things. If the African American man wanted to, he could take advantage of the drill sergeant. He's talking smack. He's just trying to intimidate this black man. He's getting he's getting close to him. He's putting his hand out there in the guy's face. The thing that bothers me the most is when the African American man turns and starts walking away, turns away from him. That is exactly when finally the Caucasian man strikes out. Think about it. Right when the African-American man starts to leave, all right, turns his back, that's when the Caucasian man, the drill sergeant, attacks, pushes him. True sign of nothing but a bully, nothing but a weak, frightened bully. You see him yelling and losing control of himself? That's fear. That's fear. There's something strange in my neighborhood, and his woman's there. And his masculinity is on trial and everything. His staking out his neighborhood against this invader. It's all his confused perception of seeing an African-American man in his neighborhood. He's weak. I don't know how this guy ever became if he's a drill sergeant, I don't know how he ever became one. All right. Personally, if let's say, I think the African-American man handled it perfectly. What I saw with the African-American man is he did not back down. He didn't back down. He didn't just walk away. He was standing there saying, I have every right to be here. I don't have to go that way. I don't have to go that way. I have every right to be here. You know, unless you want to start trumping up charges with loitering, which is a last-ditch effort in trying to just take away somebody's rights to walk through a neighborhood. But he's standing his ground, and he's quietly talking to him. Non-confrontational. Look, I have every right to be here. I don't, I live around here, and even if I don't live around here, I can walk through here. He's being very non-specific. It's almost a little bit passive-aggressive, which is okay. He has every right to be there. He's kind of testing this guy. His hands are down. He's non-confrontational. To me, I would be more worried about that African-American guy because he's showing a lot of confidence. Okay, now going to the drill sergeant. To me, he's scared. He's yelling. He's showing fear. He's trying his best to intimidate with his face, his hand. I would never put my hand up to somebody's face like that because you can so easily. That is just putting your weakness, just saying, here's a weak part of my body. Mangle it for me. And you could grab that arm and flip him over. You could turn around and flip him right over your back. There's 100 things you could do to that drill sergeant putting his finger. You never do that. With me, I would talk quietly because that would either bring it down a level. Whenever I've talked quietly, even in a confrontation, I'll go, listen, if you don't walk away from here, I'm going to mess you up. And you do it, and it freaks people out, man. It works good, and you mean it too. But talking quietly, and it serves a second purpose because it lets me get my forehead close. They put their face into me, and a headbutt is one of the most damaging things you could do to somebody. A quick, bam, headbutt right to here, and that person is out. So the drill sergeant is just... He's a weak bully, scared bully, is what I see. And especially, anybody on here that's disagreeing with me, I challenge you to this. When the African-American man turns his back and starts to walk away, eyes turned away, that is when, finally, the drill sergeant chooses to strike. Weak, man. I've learned never to underestimate size either. Let me finish up telling you this one story. Do you guys ever see at the carnivals and fairs, there's punching bags that come down, and it has 300 pounds per square inch. You can test your punching power. I've always been good at this because I have extraordinary... I've had people tell me that I have like ape arms and all this other stuff. I have very long arms. I need extra long shirts and jackets. And the reach has always helped me, and I learned how to punch. I was hitting this thing up at a fair one time to about 280, 275, right? And guy after guy comes in and shows off and only hits it up to maybe 100, 150. This little short, kind of wide-shouldered farm, I call him a farm boy. Quiet, comes up, doesn't make a big dance out of it, but just, bam, hits it. And that thing went right around to 300 and over. And my mouth just dropped open. This guy couldn't have been more than 5'6". Never underestimate size. Take it from a tall guy. Size don't mean squat. So looking at this altercation, this drill sergeant was nothing but a scared bully. And he's a disgrace to his outfit, to his arm, to the Army or Marines, wherever he came from. And a disgrace to Caucasian people, really. And I'll be back later. You guys have a good Thursday. I'll be back later with another video.